I was thinking about doing this today, and I remember when I first came over to your house, I think the very first time, you had that Bonham kit.
Yeah,
the Green Sparkle kit, right?
Yep.
So it's like everybody...
14, 16, 18, 26.
It was like a museum kit. Yeah, it was like a museum piece.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
it was a 1971 or a 70.
Yeah, 3-ply Green Sparkle. It's like exactly what he played. And I was like, this is amazing, dude, but like, who are you? You know?
Oh, yeah.
Like, right? Like, this is cool. Like,
I was the single white female of John Bonham.
Well, but
no, what you said to me, that ended up getting to me one day, and I just was sort of like thinking that if Bonham was somehow still alive or came back from the dead, and I said, hey, man, I'm a big fan of yours. Come check out my drum kit. If he walked in and saw his exact drum kit, he would have been like, all right, mate, and like slowly backed out like, this dude is a fucking psycho.
Totally.
So, but totally. What I found on that kit was the only thing that sounded good was like big band drumming.
Yeah.
And like
doing Led Zeppelin shit.
Or like the Knack.
Right.
You know, some Billy Squire shit, like, but what's his face? What was his name? I just lost his name. It's going to come to me later on. Bobby Chouinard. Bobby Chouinard was, I want to say he was out of Brockton, Mass, too. He was the drummer for Billy Squire and had like that, big sound, heavily influenced, right down to doing the licks of Bonham or whatever, but he had that swing underneath it or whatever. But that's the only shit that sounded good.
Right.
But if I went to play AC/DC, like that, it was just such a thundering bass drum.
It's huge.
And then also I hated how old it was. And just the whole time, oh my God, I lost this fucking whatever. What do I do? And I got to get this Like, I always loved the ride cymbal attached
on the bass drum.
I think that's the coolest thing ever.
It is.
But
then you got to use it, and it's a disaster.
Well, yeah, the
whole thing goes like this.
Yeah, because I had the 24-inch Peisty cymbal that he had, and it would just go like that, and then hit the floor tom and be like,
no, exactly.
Doing all of that, and then one day I just woke up and I called Dean Del Rey. He's like the master of selling things online. I go, all of it.
Yep.
I even had the Rogers hi-hat like he had in a drum store. I just sell all of it, and they have to take the cymbals. And people are like, he only wants the drum. Can't. No. All of it.
Yep.
All of it out of here. And then I went out and I got a Gretsch Broadcaster, a brand new one. The greatest fucking decision I ever made.
But this is what I'm talking about. Like, you would never do that type of thing with comedy, right? Like, you have your own thing.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So, like, after we had that thing, and I was like, yeah, like, you have your own thing with comedy. Let's do that with drumming. What sound do you want? We talked about it, and you're like, I think I want a Gretsch kit,
Yeah, so everybody, so I guess if you're a musician, you shouldn't, if you're like the Guitar Center dad, you want to play what your heroes played.
Right.
But you need eventually to grow out of that and then gravitate to whatever you hear in your head.
Exactly.
That instrument, and then you make that instrument famous.
Exactly.
And then Jim Irsay would buy it when you died.
Or at least go, hey, I'm going to do that Bonham thing sometimes every once in a while, for fun, but it's not like the only thing,
Right.
I have tons of drums, and I have old Ludwig kits. I have an 80s Gretsch kit. I've got tons of DW kits, which are modern things. So it's
you have 9,000 snare drums.
Yeah, I have 100. It's a problem.